Soldier Field in Chicago. It's week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27 between the New York Giants and the Chicago Bears. They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
Le'Veon Bell,
the numbers for Bell on the ground in the game last week. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power. We saw finesse. We saw speed. And what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
A throw complete to Dorsett. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
After the penalty, it's Bell. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
A gain of a yard.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Check it back, check it back. Check, 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 check.
Now Tua. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
That's good.
9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
1st and 10.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Tua. Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll make it a 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he's going to get this pretty close to the first down marker at the Giants' 37. 7 yards there and a first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Dorsett making the catch. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They run with a former Jaguar. It's T.J. Yeldon, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Check 3. Check 4. Check 4. 38. Check. Tight dog.
Here's Bell. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Ball carrier.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
To a hit, and the ball is out. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
We're going to do what we do.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They'll run it with Bell. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Le'Veon Bell. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. So here are the Giants under head coach Joe Judge. They're led out by their quarterback in his 7th season now from Eastern Illinois. It's Jimmy Garoppolo.
And when Jimmy Garoppolo came out of Eastern Illinois, many people saw a strong-arm guy, well-schooled in the passing game, who needed a little bit of time to develop and reach his potential. Starting to go in that direction right now. A former linebacker in high school, he plays the game with a lot of toughness.
Garoppolo on first down. A very quick pass to Ridley. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And the Giants.
We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
For Johnson, the numbers for his performance from last week, 17 carries, 67 yards.
I was so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was.
It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory.
A gain of 40 yards.
I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Complete to
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that would be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
And goal.
Here we go.
6-0 our score after 1.
With the score, Bears 6, Giants 0.
A line of scrimmage once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
The tackle made.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo.
Quinton Dunbar. Garoppolo's pass.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Tua wants to throw it on 2nd down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jordan Brooks brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. On 3rd and long, it's Tagovailoa. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out and giving the ball back to their offense.
Here comes Grant on the return. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Open man, he completes it to Judy. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Judy. A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. A pickup of 5 yards. 1st down, New York.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Down at the 31.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a 1st. This is 3rd down. Garoppolo. Oh, going for Jefferson. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. It'll be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
They'll run it with Johnson. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the second quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays, because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, call one of those and go get 6.
Makes the score Bears 6.
Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
That is on the return. The Bears take over 1st and 10. At their own.
And we put our focus now on Le'Veon Bell. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Bell. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. So possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own.
The New York set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22. Garoppolo looks to throw. Ebron with it over the middle. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
But it brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
At the 26-yard line.
That certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Two and now on first down. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Back to the air on second down, Tagovailoa. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
First and 10 at the 40.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Two and now on first down. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Here's second and 10. Again, it's Tagovailoa. Complete to Dorsett. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On first down, Tagovailoa. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And not much running room. Down to the 32. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will do it for this first half. Well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this carries into the end zone. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. New York ready to go again offensively. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Well, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
You have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Justin Jefferson, the rookie, his intended receiver. But now it'll be third down.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Got an open man finding Jefferson. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. His throw incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there, but it'll be second down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And that's complete to Luke Wilson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
A gain of 19 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Duke Johnson, the one he was looking for. But it's going to be second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Garoppolo again. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 29-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
First down.
I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Finds the open target, Arnold. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Off the draw, here's Johnson. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Johnson, the ball carrier.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback and makes it very, very...
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. And there they bring pressure from the inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
A 31-yard attempt.
The kick by Bass is good. And that trims the lead to 3. It's 9-6 now.
Giants 6.
So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
That is on the return.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 14 yards into Chicago, first down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
They'll run on first down. Bell. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
2 yards.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The throw complete to Dorsett. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Now Bell. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
3 yards remain for 2nd down. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Le'Veon Bell with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
Their own 25-yard.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, That is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory.
First and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Working with a 2nd and 4. To Johnson again. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Duke Johnson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet, or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
At their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Ball carrier, Eddie Goldman on the stop. A gain of 4. It's now second.
They'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Back now at Soldier Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Again, it's Bell. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding. Defense.
So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
And that will make this a 4-point game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. Here's Dante Pettis on the return. And able to get this out to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chicago offense set to get started. And they have to try and move past that pick six because now they're dealing with a fourth quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points. Tagovailoa trying again after the pick six. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And it's a huge return as he brings this all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They go to Johnson again. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Calvin Ridley.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And no, it's incomplete. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And the Bears will get the football back. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First, on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop him. I like the confidence he showed.
Quickly into the hands of Beckham. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
A gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now Tua, a big spot for the rookie from Alabama. Dorsett making the catch. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
10 at the 38-yard line.
Tua to throw again. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Out of bounds.
Second down at 6 now from the 42.
On the pickup. Second and 6.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. Dorsett's got it. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First and 10.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. First and 10 at the 49-yard line. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And able to find Dorsett. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 23. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Tua now on first down. Short throw underneath to Hurst. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Finding room to the 20. He finds his target, Beckham. And finally down at the 9-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Right there, 56. Come on. Check 99. 52. Safety screaming.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a 1-score game. On 2nd down, Tua. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth-quarter lead.
It's now
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
For the lead, here's 3rd and goal.
Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch.
Here's Bell, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Bears have retaken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
So Jimmy Garoppolo and the offense down 23-20. A minute 16 remaining. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll look to throw. Johnson's got it complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Back to throw, Garoppolo. And some room to roam now. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown.
Touchdown, Bears.
Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick-6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick-6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Set to kick off.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
New York set to take the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
That's going to be caught by Judy. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Garoppolo hustling him back to the line now. This one caught by Ridley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. To throw is Garoppolo. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Garoppolo. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he'll go down at the 28. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Chicago, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.